we're rolling. Lydia, thank you for being here.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Tell me, in whichever order you prefer, tell me about the couple of things you got going on.
Okay. So I have two businesses here in Montana, in Bozeman. They both are very new and started in the last year and a half or so. One of them is called Ritual Bodywork. It's a massage therapy practice. That's actually how you and I first became acquainted. Your office was just down the hall from my studio space, your old office. Um, so I am a massage therapist, and I also have a event company called Somnia Studio, and I, along with one other person, plan weddings, social events, corporate events, and a lot of destination events. So we are based both here in Bozeman. My partner is based in Madison, Wisconsin. So we do events in these areas as well as really anywhere in the world.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so massage therapist. Is there something you do that's different than what anyone else does? Do you have a certain lane you're in? Pretty straightforward. Tell me about it. I
Yeah.
don't know much.
Okay. um, yeah, I'm not sure what exactly I'm doing differently. I've gotten a lot of massages in my life, so I guess I can compare it to those, but I f- have a really, really strong sense of intuition, so that really guides a lot of my practice. I feel like I can connect with people through touch and um I'm already
No,
messing
you're
this
fine.
up.
You're fine. I mean, that's why I was curious because of the name. I'm like, do you have a real, like, you know, is there like a real ritual to it, or is it just as it sounds, very straightforward massage therapist?
Yeah, I mean, self-care is a ritual. I try and make each session with a client really be a sort of grounding, safe reset of a ritual.
I can tell you something really funny about my experiences getting massages if
Tell
you
me,
want to.
please.
Okay, so I've had two
Mm-hmm.
massages ever in my
Oh,
life,
oh,
like professional.
okay.
Okay, so this is the first time I went. It was probably like 4 or 5 years ago. So I'm like almost 30 years old. I'm a grown adult man,
Sure.
and I said to the gal, she was lovely. I don't remember her name. I said, okay, look, I've literally never gotten a professional
Mm-hmm.
massage. Just like give me the lingo because like I don't know what to expect.
Sure.
Like, and naturally, I don't know why I do this, but I naturally do absolutely no research. But I guess like,
Yeah,
what do
yeah.
you need to do? You're laying there getting a massage. She's like, okay. So she's like, you can just like undress to your comfort level, like get on the table, and then I'll come in. And I'm like, okay, great. So I'm like, all right, like I'll just do it in my boxers, right?
Uh-huh.
Like, so like undress my boxers, lay on the table. She like walks in and starts laughing. And I'm like, what? She's like, oh, you're supposed to go under the blanket.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you did not tell me
Yeah.
that. I had no idea.
That's definitely happened. I feel like I always I always ask people, have you ever had a professional massage so I can know whether or not to give them the like really, really, really broken down instructions, but usually um, say, okay, exactly, undress your comfort level, please lie beneath the blanket. But I think people, maybe if they're nervous or it's their first time there, like black that out a little bit and or just don't listen in general. But yeah, that's definitely happened to me. At least you weren't nude.
Yeah. But you would think, and I don't recall being overly nervous, but I'm also am not an overly social guy. So
Sure.
I just don't feel like I'd be like, yep, I'm nervous, but I'm just going to lay here in my boxers and
Yeah.
nothing else. But I swear she left that detail out, but I very well may have just missed it. But I was trying my best to ask.
Yeah.
Like, I have no idea what I'm doing here, other than laying here getting a massage. But other than that, it was great.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely something that I try to be clear with people about, even if you've had a handful of massages or you're a regular, always letting people know really clearly what to expect and how to prepare. Um, yeah, it's a very vulnerable situation for for both people. Definitely more for the client because you
Yeah.
are in definitely a more vulnerable space, being naked or mostly naked, lying
Yeah.
on a table, having a potential stranger or someone you sort of know in some capacity, yeah, to touch your body.
See, I could ask you 1,000 questions about that.
Okay.
So you said that you're intuitive, or you go off intuition a lot,
Yeah.
and I guess we can, for a different definition, like what you feel, like what you're
Mhm.
feeling from that person. So if you are giving somebody a massage, do you think you can feel maybe this person's really tense or this person's really anxious?
Absolutely.
And does that affect you directly? Because I'd imagine with the physical touch.
Yeah, you definitely can pick up a lot from a client, and it's really important to have like pretty serious emotional barriers up for myself, so I my energy is protected. But yeah, it's a two-way street. I hope that my or I think I know that my presence is calm and grounding, and I really like a fundamental piece of what I offer is creating a really safe, secure, comfortable space for people and so that they really can deeply relax. So that's really what I am that's my intention for a session. I'm trying to create a space where someone can really just absorb what they need, really, 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 truly relax. But also, we're definitely going to maybe make you hurt a tiny bit with
Yeah.
what we're working on physically. But yeah, I can certainly sense that, and I try to use my energy to alleviate any of that discomfort for someone.
I've never thought about that from the position that you'd be in,
Mm,
because I have thought of it because I have an interest in psychology,
mhm,
and I thought, oh, I could see myself maybe in a different life or at a different time in this life doing some sort of counseling.
mm,
And I always wonder, unfortunately, given the nature of a lot of counseling, you're talking to a lot of people who probably generally aren't in the best emotional state, or they need some counseling and guidance through some things. And I almost am slow to say that because that's like very I'm generalizing a lot of people,
sure.
but I think it's great and very valuable to get counsel on things and
Yeah,
talk with people.
absolutely.
But I'd imagine you have to be aware that you're not absorbing, all the traumas and struggles of their life on a daily basis, one person after the other. And I'd almost imagine in your position, although you're not having that same depth of
Mhm.
verbal communication, there's a physical. So that's gotta have an effect. Hi, folks. Quick note from me. If you don't already know, the goal of Mountain Mule Media is to build real connection between Montana's businesses and the people they serve. If this episode or any other has given you something worth thinking about, smiling at, or passing along, I've got a small ask. Share it with a friend, text it to someone, post it in your story. That one simple action helps these businesses get seen, grow, and thrive, and it helps this show keep going. Thank you for supporting these Montana businesses. Now back to the show.
Yeah, I think when I first got my license, so I went to school for massage therapy in 2020 during the pandemic, which was sort of a weird time to be doing something so hands-on.
Yeah.
But here in Montana, we were a bit insulated, at least during that first year. So when I lost my previous job, that was very group gathering focused, which we can talk about later. I decided to go to school for massage therapy and also do a yoga teacher training, um, which luckily we were able to do both of those locally in Bozeman. But yeah, during that time, right after I got my license in 2021, I was practicing for a while, but also going through a lot of sort of intense stuff personally. And so I honestly like, couldn't continue working after that. It was too much to be putting myself out there so much for my clients and absorbing what they also were. It's a really emotional time of
Yeah.
well, time in the world for many people. So yeah, myself included, I wasn't in the best space to be able to offer that to people. So I stopped working for a bit, and it wasn't until I was like in a very secure, grounded stable emotional space for myself that I could come back to offering this to people.
I can relate to that a little bit. I It was funny because during COVID here
Mhm.
in Montana, I was doing martial
Oh,
arts.
well.
Like as Coach Brian said, this is the most intimate thing you will do
Mhm.
outside of intimacy,
Yeah.
which is great that we're doing it during COVID.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
right.
as I got into it in years past, I started coaching some of the kids classes and the
Mhm.
teen classes, and I really enjoyed it. It was great. But when in that situation or that scenario, when I'm showing up to coach, if there's a lot of stuff going on personally,
Mhm.
it's very hard to show up for those people and
Yeah.
lead. And I've just realized that from any type of leadership position, when it becomes doubly important to make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah. It's fundamental self-care. I know everyone says that, self-care,
Yeah,
wellness, but, like, it is this is our one vessel that is gonna you're gonna be with yourself. This is the most important relationship in your life is
yeah,
the one you have with yourself. It'll always be there. So,
yeah. And it's easy to think I should do some maintenance now that things aren't running well, but
yeah.
to do the regular maintenance and keep things. Even last night, have you been to the new bathhouse in
Yes.
Bozeman?
Oh,
I went there last night,
cool.
and it's just been busy. Like it's been a
Mhm.
little, uh, it's been higher stress than I would like it to be, and not like nothing terrible. But we've been busy, and the
Sure.
business is growing. And I just keep saying, man, all these rituals, these things. Shout out to Ritual.
Woo.
But it's so important when like to do it regularly instead of try to fix it later when there's catastrophic failure.
Yeah. I mean, I think people often think that massage is just the sort of luxury, maybe frivolous thing that to spend their money on, but it really is. Yeah, if you have the means to implement it a bit more in your daily existence, in your routine, it's can be so helpful. And more than just the physical, it's I think what I offer is really a nervous system reset. There's so much noise right now in our lives, and just with your business growing, or relationships, or just literally the state of the world is really, really, really intense right now. And so, um, yeah, massage is an opportunity to sort of sink into rest and relaxation, and activating your parasympathetic nervous system, and yeah, reducing some of your stress hormones that are really, really amped up in your body. Yeah, it's really important to.
I think there's really something to somebody else giving you some care too, because
Mhm,
I don't know, it's the intentionality between, putting aside the time and the money
mhm.
and like the connection to another human being so you don't feel so isolated.
Yeah.
I think there's probably a lot of value in that. And I'm probably guilty of this too much because I'll do a lot of, I guess you could call it self-care, but it's with, I'm the one, whether it's
Mhm.
exercise or yoga or anything, but to let, to take some help from anyone in your community,
Yeah.
and that's probably very beneficial on a deeper psyche level than one might think.
Yeah, to allow yourself to receive care, to be like, "I need help," or
Yeah.
"I need care," or "I need something that's I can't give myself," is yeah. It's hard to say that sometimes.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
hard to ask for
for
help.
sure. Yeah. Not that like I can only speak for men, but I feel like stereotypically it's even harder as a man
Oh,
because there's
mhm.
just like there's I don't know. Like I said, I can only speak for a man, so take this with a grain of salt.
Sure.
But there's just these kind of these expectations societally to live up to these, you
Yeah,
know.
be tough,
Yeah.
don't show emotion.
Yeah.
It's mm,
This is the
let's
Mountain Meal
let's
podcast. Don't worry.
let's unravel that narrative, please.
Oh, is there any specialty that you like, any part of the body that you specialize in? Is
Mm.
it just overall?
Yeah, I offer, a signature. I mean, each session is really customizable, and I'll always talk to every client to really figure out what is going on for them personally and tailor every session to their unique needs. But I do sort of have a signature flow for my main treatment. So I just offer a ritual signature body massage. It's 60, 75, or 90 minutes. Um, yeah, and it's generally a full body, very um, all encompassing treatment.
Mhm.
Um, I like to work on, yeah, all areas of the body unless you specifically ask me not to. But I think that rather than just working piece by piece, I really try to sort of encompass and make the whole body feel connected. Um, so we might start at start at your head and move to your legs and your feet and then back to your head and sort of it's flowing. It doesn't feel chopped up. I wouldn't say. But yeah, I incorporate a lot of different techniques. I'm always trying to do trainings to learn new skills and um, offer more modalities to my clients. It's a lot of deep tissue techniques, a lot of stretching and sort of Thai influenced um, techniques. Um, those would be like, yeah, Thai is really sort of the area that I'm trying to incorporate more.
What is that?
So Thai massage is. Have you been to Thailand?
No.
Have you? Oh yeah, you've received 2 massages in your life. Both were sort
But
of like
we
on the table, nude-ish.
yeah,
Okay.
under the blanket.
Yeah. Under the blanket except for the exposed limb.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, Thai yoga, or sorry, Thai massages um, originated in Thailand, obviously, and um, it's done usually with loose clothing on a mat on the floor. The practitioner really like moving your body around a lot can be quite intense, but a lot of stretching, deep compression. Yeah, it's sort of like being moved through yoga positions by someone else.
Hey folks, Tim here with Mountain Mule. I've got a quick announcement I wanted to tie in here. I'm excited this spring 2026. We're officially going to start doing park tours through Yellowstone Park. These will be day tours starting and ending in Bozeman with custom pickup and drop off locations along the way. We're building out the program now, so there'll be lots of updates coming through, but please keep us in mind if you've used us for transportation in the past. We plan on delivering the same quality of service, and we're excited to be able to expand what we're doing to have a busier summer for the teams and be able to offer more options.
I'm doing all of my treatments on the table, so we're not like on a mat on the floor like you traditionally would be. But yeah, have you? I mean, you've been to many yoga classes,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
And you get adjustments ever?
Yeah, like pretty minimally, but sometimes.
And do you love it?
Sometimes it's very nice, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's sort of like a whole session of adjustments.
Yeah, that could be like I could see that being
Really
very nice.
nice. You sometimes forget just like having someone pull your arm and stretch you it seems so simple, but it feels so good.
Yeah.
And it's just, yeah, motion is lotion. So,
I've had things with my lower back
mhm,
going on for a while, which we could talk about another day or
mhm,
later. But there was one, and I don't even know where this was, but basically if you were in like a child's pose,
mhm.
I know the practitioner would like step on your feet
Oh, yeah.
with her feet
Uh-huh.
and like push down your lower back,
Mhm.
and it was like
So good.
it's like you could, it's like she could just see that my back was like please, and like
Uh-huh.
ever since then I'm like there's things in customer service about physical touch.
Mhm.
And I'm like, man, if they're like, if they're doubling as a salesperson, they're doing a really good job because that type of connections, like, yep, I'm coming back. I'm coming back.
Yeah, the walking on the soles of your feet is one of my favorite things that someone can do
Mhm.
for me in a yoga class. Um, have you taken any classes with Caitlin Kelly at Eckham?
I know her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of them. Yeah.
We've offered a couple times in the past at Eckham, where we both practice, um, a a restorative slash yin class with massage therapy adjustments. So Caitlin, her incredible soothing voice, is teaching a yin class, and I'm moving around the space, giving just adjustments for the entire thing and a little bit of massage. So, um,
That's a nice combo.
it's so nice. I need to receive one myself, go to that class, but, we've offered that a couple times in the past, and one of these we're trying to figure out a date for our next one, so sometime this spring, there'll be or winter, spring, there'll be another one, so keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah, that's why I go to yoga, which I probably don't look like your stereotypical yoga
Mhm,
attendee student, but I need to, release and relax
mhm,
and stretch. So like it's always the mobility ones, either the one that mobility or yin, so one that
mhm,
like Bailey or Caitlin.
yeah,
Um, but anything to let me just relax and chill because I'll be too intense and
yeah,
too like literally tensed up. So it's like that I'm not going there. And I'd done hot yoga in the past and
mhm.
it's great, but it's a workout. It's a different type of it's just a different thing. But I'm looking for like I'm there for the vibes and the stretching.
Yeah, me too. I used to mostly just do hot yoga or like power, going to Misha's classes or doing our
Yeah.
Ashtanga, which is very, very rigorous. And now all I want to do is yin or one of Bailey's morning classes where I can literally do the entire class with my eyes closed. That's my goal.
Oh, I've done that. And
Yeah,
that's actually it's a little bit challenging, but I think it's very fun. And
it's so nice.
it's so meditative because that's the other component is the meditative aspect
Yeah,
of it.
we're there to go inward, and that
Yeah.
really is a great first step.
Yeah, that I've found that it's interesting because they say if you turn off, one of your senses, be it visual, hearing, that it enhances the other ones.
Mhm.
So I don't know, the concept in my head was, oh, this could enhance the experience, but it's also just nice to not be focused on what's going on in the room or
Yeah, there's so
who's
many
there.
distractions.
Yeah.
It's nice to actually, like, give yourself that hour.
I think I've told her that. I was like, I'm gonna do this with my eyes closed. So
Mhm.
just mind me if just
You happen to fall over.
unless I'm like walking into somebody
Yeah.
else, just mind me.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know. I like the challenge and I don't know, when I open my eyes an hour later, like, okay,
Mhm.
that was a vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glad we're on the same page.
Yeah. And oh man, I haven't done a massage in so long. I know I have gift certificates to Something Works. It's a massage place in Bozeman.
Wellness Works?
Yeah. I've had them for literally years. I got them for Christmas. So someday. Every time I want a
Mm.
massage, I want it the same day. I'm not like, oh yeah, 2.5 weeks. No, I need one in like 2 hours.
Yeah, it's hard to schedule. There are so many, like, single sole practitioners like myself,
Hmm.
but Bozeman is a town of extremely active people, and it seems like every quality therapist that I know is booked, like, months out,
Hmm.
and it's really hard to get that day of or next day of. Um, I think that's maybe why I'm having, so many repeat clients, but I'm so new that my schedule's pretty open.
Oh, nice.
So,
Yeah. That's good.
um,
Yeah, like, you'll probably look back and be like, "I remember when I used to
yeah,
be open way
have
too
a lot
much."
of time,
Yeah.
flexibility. I mean, it's nice for me. I love a flexible schedule, but, um, yeah, Wellness Works. I haven't been there. I can't actually say anything about the quality of it there, but I think any touch is better than no touch.
Yeah, and I can't say 'cause my opinion is based on no prior experience other than just some clarity on the protocols. This
Yeah,
goes
no,
so far.
now you know how to prepare
Never
to get on the
forget.
table. Um, yeah, once you start, I mean, I don't wanna talk poorly about anyone, but there's definitely a range of quality, so once you
Mhm.
start getting more, you'll be able to discern what is good for you and what maybe was
Yeah.
not as good.
Are they doing any of those at that bathhouse or no? Massages?
No, I don't think so. I saw that they maybe would be offering massage in the future. I don't really know where it would be in that space.
Mhm.
It was a bit smaller than I thought. I don't really know what's upstairs.
Yeah, maybe I thought they had said maybe there were some rooms upstairs.
Yeah.
I know that's at least I can't say fairly common, but I've been to another bathhouse banya
Mhm,
in Washington, and they did have some massage rooms,
mhm.
and I think it's kind of like ties in with that culture of
Yeah,
the Russian bathhouse in Banya,
yeah.
so that could be cool.
That one, yeah, that place was pretty sweet. It was really beautifully beautifully designed, and I go to the Bozeman Hot Springs regularly. I love the sauna and the cold plunge
Mm,
swap. But the sauna at Umwelt and was way hotter, and this cold plunge is way colder. So
yeah.
it's pretty nice to have that
Yeah,
option.
and the cold's pretty intense.
It's really intense.
I don't know, they told me it's 50, but I'm like, "Oh, that feels like it's, like, 38."
Yeah. I mean, I think at the hot springs it's normally like 56, 57, and so I'm accustomed to that, and
Yeah,
going down just a couple of degrees, it feels
yeah.
real intense.
Me and a friend of mine did 40 minutes in the Bozeman cold plunge.
What?
Yeah. We weren't planning on it.
Why?
I don't know, but, like, we weren't planning on it, and then his ex-girlfriend had done 15 minutes. He's like, "Oh, I gotta beat that." I'm like, "Alright." And then we just kept he's like, "We're at 15." We're like, "Yeah, you wanna do 20?" And then we just kept when we got to 40 and got up, it was very weird walking because
Yeah,
like,
I'm sure.
the body was
Y Not functioning as it's supposed to. I don't know, like, is that
probably not.
good for you? I
Probably
don't
not.
think so.
We only did it once, and I'm still surprised that we did it, but
They just put up a new sign that's like, "Are you new to circuit therapy? Stay in the sauna for 15 minutes. Come in the cold plunge for 3 minutes."
yeah.
So,
Yeah, like, 3 to 5 is
yeah.
what I and 5 at Umwelt is that's a push.
Oh, I can't do it there.
Yeah.
I feel like 2 is my max so far.
Yeah, I've done 5 and but it's
It's
like,
serious.
yeah, it takes a lot of I think it's the mental
It's way
discipline.
more mental. I feel
Yeah,
like it's been a really good exercise for me to push my edges and be like, I can do hard things. And I think when I like have to do something
yeah,
that's challenging and taxing or scary, I think honestly about, okay, I've sat in that sauna for 15 minutes. That was 200 plus degrees. And then I've sat in the cold plunge for 5 minutes. I can do this.
yeah.
It is short in the long run.
I like to think of all the things I'm working on that are challenging in my life when I'm in the cold
Oh,
plunge because I'm
it's a
like,
good
well,
idea.
like, if I can do this and think
Yeah.
about them, like, it makes them, like, lose all their that's the nice thing about martial arts is
Mhm.
because when someone's, like, actively, in a sense, trying to kill you,
Mm.
it really when you get out of that experience of, like, actually trying to kill each other and you're not, like
Sorry.
you're you're not
Uh,
really gonna kill each other, but you look at things in life and everything seems so trivial.
sure.
You're like these are kinda made up problems, but when you have those, like, really like, someone trying to strangle you, like
Yeah, life or death. Like so many of our problems are so
yeah.
inconsequential and just
And yeah, and I haven't done it in at least 6 months because had was, um I had an injury last summer and then I just haven't made the time to get
Mhm,
back in there, but I really do miss that because the perspective is so healthy.
mhm. What kind of martial arts?
Jujitsu.
Okay.
And we did I did some Muay Thai too, so when you're talking Thai, I'm like, "Oh,
Mhm,
I know Muay Thai from
mhm.
Thailand." But I don't know if those have any
I
overlap in any way, but
I know the word Muay Thai, but I don't really
yeah,
know anything about Muay
it's just
Thai.
like, kickboxing from Thailand.
Okay,
Yeah.
badass.
Okay, the other side of your other business, do you wanna talk about that?
I would love to.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Yes. Somnia Studio is a wedding and event planning company based here in Bozeman and Madison, Wisconsin, like I mentioned. Um, I've been in the event world for the past 12 years, I believe, and I got started actually out here in Bozeman when I first moved out here. I was working with, do you know, Melissa Harrison from Seasonal, Montana?
The name sounds familiar, but I don't. I should, given the industry I'm in.
Yeah, oh, yeah, right. Melissa's a badass chef. She was on Top Chef way back in the day, and, she's created this really beautiful, um, catering and events company. She's a private chef as well. She's just a phenomenal chef. And when I first moved out here in 2014, she was doing a bunch of farm dinners. So you would go to these beautiful properties around the state and um, set up a table and have a meal with ingredients sourced from the land. And I was her sous chef and sort of director of operations for a couple of years, and just traveling around to yeah places I wouldn't normally get to see, and working with local local farms and ranchers, and bringing the community out to these places to eat straight from the land.
Was that all over Montana or all over the country?
That was all over Southwest Montana
Okay.
primarily. So that was sort of my foray into outdoor dining. From there, I got a job with a company called Outstanding in the Field, which is a national organization that does sort of what Seasonal Montana was doing, but to a much larger degree.
Mhm.
Um, the company was founded in 1999, and the owner thinks that he sort of created the idea of the long table dinner. So you've seen this super long table up on a mountaintop, or on a pier, or on the top of a building, or on an island that you need to take. Yeah, you can't drive to or whatnot. Obviously, islands. um, that company produce events all over the country, bringing people to same concept, bringing people out to where their food is coming from, and bringing incredible chefs from the area to cook a meal, bringing together all sorts of producers from the area, and bringing the public to where, um, yeah, to really just like get connected to where their food comes from, and share a beautiful experience. Anyways, I worked for that company for almost 8 years, in many capacities. And a woman I worked with there, Emily, my business partner now with Somnia Studio, she and I worked together there for about 6 years. Um, and it wasn't until 2024 we decided to finally do something on our own, quit our jobs, and started our company, Somnia. Um, yeah, so we have been event producers for events all over the world but now we're really focusing on building our businesses in our two local locations. Well, we still can produce an event for you anywhere, but yeah, working on building in both Bozeman and Madison.
When you were with the other company that did the dinners, did you
Mhm.
guys do anything at Northbridge or Bison?
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, the company did. I think I did too while I was still with the company, but yeah, they've done three long table dinners there in the last couple years.
I'm trying to think. The last couple of years, we've driven clients there, and
Oh,
Matt
nice. Yeah.
Matt did the podcast
Yeah.
about a year ago. But it's very cool what they put on. I'll tell you the coolest. This is one of the coolest experiences I've had
Mhm.
personally. My sister's at a ranch in Chinook, Montana,
Mhm.
Shipwheel Cattle Company.
Ship wheel.
Yeah, so they're like I think they're a bigger commercial producer. What's Clint and Lori are the owners' names.
Okay.
Um, Not that they'd ever be listening, but if they were.
Yeah.
Um, so we went up on Memorial Day weekend this year, me and my fiance, and they did a cattle branding.
Mhm.
And I grew up on a farm, but we didn't brand cattle. We had a dairy farm. We branded about like 300 to 400 calves that day.
Whoa.
And it was kind of like like the brandings are kind of a big community thing.
Mhm.
We went to 3 different locations all on the ranch, like, set up shop, branded these heifers and steers, went to the next one, went to the next one. It was probably, like, I don't know, a 10-hour day at least, and
Mhm.
then we, like, stopped and had lunch. They gave us all lunch in between the 2nd and 3rd location. After the 3rd location, Lori, Clint's wife, and, some other folks just set up all these, like, literally just plastic tables,
Mhm.
and we had sloppy joes with a bunch of, like with a bunch of sides and
Yeah.
everything. But there was, grandparents and kids and everyone. And like the fact that we were in that field and had
Mhm.
and I'm 100% sure it was the beef from
Yeah.
that ranch, but the way the hospitality that they provided for us and the way they took care of us and the overall experience, I'm like, this is a real of an experience as you're going to get because it was like we essentially helped them all and worked on the
Yeah.
ranch all day, and the neighbors were there and the families. I'm like, it was just something that I remember very vividly. It was so cool.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing where these animals come from, you're participating in it, you're seeing how much work it takes to
Yeah.
to do. I mean, we're so disconnected from our food, we're just picking up some meat in the grocery store, and, yeah, having the opportunity to see, like, really at least part of the
Yeah.
process is really special. Yeah, and it's so memorable to
Yeah.
have an experience like that. Like you just detailed it for me. How long ago was that?
I was like 6 months ago.
Oh, okay, that was
Yeah.
recent.
Not like
So,
20 years ago.
but you'll remember it, I
Yeah, it was
swear.
just a very cool experience,
Yeah.
and I know Clint essentially never leaves the ranch as
Mhm,
most ranchers, but from what I've heard, him and his wife are really big bobcat fans.
mhm.
So the next time they come for a bobcat game, I'm gonna get him to come on the
Oh,
podcast, and
cool.
because he's been ranching his whole life,
Yeah.
and he's one of those people that, they were saying he could like look at a cow or a calf that was born like 2 years later and tell you out of like hundreds of cows like which cow it is and where it came from,
Whoa.
and just has like, I don't know, he's really become one with the herd and the
Yeah.
land there, and it's cool when you don't meet people like that a lot because
Mm-mm.
people like that don't ever leave the ranch, and
Yeah, yeah,
you could
exactly.
tell. But he was a very personable guy,
Mhm,
and because some of those people, I could speak to that a little bit, just like do not have any social skills because they
mhm.
never do. But um, him and his wife were both great and very great to us. So
Mm.
it'd be fun to get him on here.
Yeah, definitely do it.
But back to your business.
Yeah.
So what is that like? What is it like planning a remote event? Because I'd imagine that's logistically a lot.
Yeah, well, when I say, "Oh, I'm an event producer, I'm an event planner," people are like, "Oh, so you, like, organize the plates?" I'm like, "Yeah, but there's, like, more to it than just the plates."
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think as a full service planner, there are so many pieces to the puzzle. So we've worked together, actually for transportation
Yeah.
for
And
a wedding. Yeah.
thank you for booking us. Very much appreciated.
It was great to have a person to recommend. Um, but yeah, there are just so many pieces to pull together. So whether it's the venue, the catering, the bar service, the transportation, permits, weather contingency plans, all of your rentals. Those are just a few of the pieces. AV, entertainment, blah blah blah, paper goods. There's just so many pieces. So we're really sort of the keeping that mm, solar system together, I
Mhm.
guess.
I was gonna say like all encompassing,
Yeah,
like facilitator.
exactly. So there's just many pieces to the puzzle. But working remotely is yeah, I've just been doing that, planning events remotely for 10 years now almost. So it feels like something that you really need to be obviously will be present for things when the time comes, but most of that is very easily done remotely. And the world has sort of moved into a remote realm in
Hmm.
the last since the pandemic. So
How do you feel about that?
I love it personally. I mean, working remotely it's a, it's so nice to have the flexibility and to have the ability to just yeah do. I mean, we have so much access to information on our phones and our
Yeah,
computers. It's a little bit overwhelming. So it really is quite possible to do everything that we need for the most part from afar. Um, it's surprising that you're like, how do you find locations? Well, a lot of my time is spent like looking at Google Earth,
hmm,
really zooming in to just sort of scour maps and um, yeah, besides the like obvious necessity to be present for when the real time comes, it's just about organization and time management and knowing how to research. I think, which is one of my skills from school.
that makes sense. I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So when you're a massage therapist and you say you can really, feel somebody's energy,
Hmm.
how does this translate when you're, picking a venue or picking vendors halfway across the world? Do you feel like when you talk to people or even when you pull up their website,
Oh yeah.
do you think there's a completely like a feeling and a
Oh,
yeah.
completely. You can really tell. And it's also just like using your best judgment and having like the ability to be discerning.
Mm,
I've seen so many venues and talked to so many vendors and yeah, I mean, produced events all over the states. And I think I've worked in how many, like 10 countries producing events from afar. So, um, you you can sort of tell just from just from the sheer number of places and vendors I've talked to and looked at. I just sort of know what works at a certain point and what doesn't. And while every event is totally different, there's sort of a formula of things that you need to know about and to ask about, and as long as you sort of have that mental checklist of things to go through, you can sort out the details of each particular location, or yeah, once you like have that baseline,
Is there
you're
anything
in.
that sticks out as far as a venue or a vendor that like you've just learned to catch as either a red flag or a green flag?
Hmm.
Like anything?
Um, that's a good question. Yeah, I don't know. It's really about just like how. I mean, certainly there's like logistical things like how do people like have the right things that you're looking for, obviously, or like is there power at this location, which we don't actually need. But it's really often about how people communicate to you, and also that's just sort of like yeah, your intuition. Um, you can really tell a lot from how someone responds, the timeliness of that, whether or not they're going to be a good person to work with or not, and just sort of the yeah, there you can really tell a lot from an initial email back from
Yeah.
someone. So,
And that, like, I can speak to that at least. That's what's been a huge advantage for me. And it's funny because I'm like, man, I could do a lot better
mhm,
than I do with just with promptness and timeliness. And I've really, even in the last 6 months, like, really have started to build out a really good team and
mhm.
knows that. But it's amazing how far that can set someone apart of
Yeah,
just being responsive and good communication.
it's fundamental. Like, I think we'll always reach out to a number of different vendors to start, and it's usually, I mean, not always, but it's very often the first people that respond to you that you end up working with. So it it really matters.
I may I make my brother had told me this. I don't know, it was from a meme or something, but I was actually like currently in the midst of finding a right software company because we are adding Yellowstone tours to our offerings.
Oh, cool.
So we're going to use a different booking software. And
Mhm,
I picked like I had two that were definitely like the two contenders and then just consulted with the third one because they say that it's great to consult with
mhm.
three.
Sure.
Um, but it's really these two. The third one just didn't seem like a good option. And the first one seemed like they would be the best option, like, and people locally have said they use it, it's great. The second one, they were so good, the second one with their communication and
Mhm,
promptness, scheduling a call, calendar link right
mhm,
away. The third one was almost a week before I got a hold of them, and this is the one that everyone rants about locally, but I'm like, "Man, if I went off of what other people said, I'd go with this first company,
mhm.
but if I'm going off, like, their customer service and my intuition, I'm gonna go with the second one." And my brother would make this joke from this meme. He'd say, sometimes the world will send you a sign and you'll say back to the world, could you give me a signier sign?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
because it could not be more obvious that,
Mhm,
so I like, but I was still, when so many people tell you that this company's great, but
mhm.
then they're telling you how terrible they are. So,
Yes.
I just got in contact with them today and it was last week when I inquired with them.
Oh, well.
So I still have a call set up with them, but
Yeah, and it's worth exploring,
yeah,
but go with your gut, honestly. Like, I feel like we know
yeah.
innately, like, the right decision and just have to sort of filter out some of the noise.
And the other company even offered to waive the setup fee so I
Oh,
could try it completely risk free.
mhm.
So there's really no reason not to.
What is this company, if you don't mind asking?
Oh, it's so
Like,
the company is called Peak Pro,
Peak Pro. Okay.
and then the other company is called Fair Harbor.
I haven't heard of either of these.
They're both like they're used a lot for, like tour booking
Mhm.
services, different rental
Okay.
services, but both very similar. You can kind of just you can have
Mhm.
your day tour there. People can book it. They can add on
Mhm.
options. But I'm not even gonna tell you which one it was, so nobody will know. But the one is, like, more commonly used around here, and I've talked to people local that I know, they've said good things, but I'm like, "Man, like, statistically, I should go with that," but, like, intuitively, it's telling me to go with the other one, and they have really basically knocked it out of the park with communication and their offering, so,
That's so helpful. I mean, something will ultimately go wrong, so when you can get someone easily on the
yeah.
phone to help you, that is, like,
Especially with tech and
worth it so
software.
much.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Yeah.
like, you can get really like, technology can leave you very stranded
Yeah.
depending on
Oh my god,
how
yeah.
much you lean on it.
Yeah, have a good support team
Mhm.
is my recommendation.
So what is doing all these events all over the
Mhm.
country, what has that taught you any valuable lessons for life? Or has it
Um,
taught you anything interesting about people? Like,
sorry?
has it taught you anything interesting about people?
Mm. Um, yeah, doing events everywhere has taught me to always have a rain plan,
Mhm,
always have a backup plan, but also be adaptable. Your plan will change
mhm.
and you have to be flexible and you have to get creative and you have to be okay getting your hands dirty sometimes. um, about people. Yeah, people really we're all the same. Our details are different, but yeah, people really just want to connect. People want to be heard. People want to Yeah, people really I think right now are just really looking for connection
Yeah,
and creating a space where you can have a memorable connection or yeah, we're really looking to create experiences rather than just like a cookie cutter event in a banquet hall. We are not the planners for you if you are looking for that. Um, yeah, we're really working with intentionality and are emotionally driven and trying to create something beautiful that people will remember.
hell yeah.
So,
I'm with you on the connection. That's, like, literally why I do this
yeah,
podcast because
exactly.
I just like, these real connections with businesses and business
Mhm,
owners are what make life like, it always comes back down to the people,
mhm,
like, the people you connect with, the experience, and, like, I think any any really well-planned event or just enjoyable event or experience, you're gonna remember the people and the experience more than you're gonna remember the rest of the event itself.
yeah,
Like, all those details are important, but I think the connection you have with the people and like, when some people are just so personal and
mhm,
like somebody that's really personable through the planning experience, you'll almost remember more than what you
mhm.
plan.
Yeah,
And you can
um,
disagree with me if you want to. I'm not.
no, I think yeah, I think it's yeah, we're really looking to, like, collaborate with our clients and not just the whole it's such a it can be such a long especially with weddings, it's so emotional and it's such a long process. I don't know how long you guys have been planning your wedding, but we've worked with some clients for, like, 18 months leading up to their wedding, and you're talking all the time, and it's yeah, we're really creating a relationship, and it's collaborative, and we're yeah, it's I think along with obviously the experience that they have on the day or on the wedding weekend, they're gonna remember the whole process leading up to it.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know if that was answering the question you just asked, but
Yeah, I think it was. I think you were, yeah, just following up on what I said. And
yeah.
I really do like the rain plan analogy. Like when we plan all this stuff
Mhm,
in our business, because it's a lot of logistics, I always say, I get very annoyed when people say Murphy's Law and stuff like that because I just don't like that way. I just don't think that way of thinking is beneficial.
mhm.
So I always say, as long as we do all this stuff and plan for all these emergencies, they'll never happen.
Exactly, that's what we tell everyone, like, we require a rain plan now because as long as we have a plan, we won't need it,
Yeah. So
and
that's what I'm always saying.
you
I'm
know
like, I try not to be annoying, but when people are like, oh, that's inevitable. I'm like, look, do you think that's beneficial for us to think about that? Because you can really will it into existence if you
Yeah,
try hard enough. So
seriously.
I've like a rain plan is great
It's
and it's
so
preventative.
fundamental.
I think rain plans prevent rain.
Yeah, Yeah, exactly. And also, if for some reason our rain plan doesn't prevent rain and we don't have a plan and you're scrambling at the last minute, it's I've been in that position so many times with the previous company I worked for because we were not allowed to have rain plans really. And it was always like down to the morning of an event calling literally hundreds of companies in the greater Boston area to try and set something up day of, like, on a sandbar with the tide coming in, and then it's creates a really dangerous and unfortunate and just really unquality experience, and I've been there before, and I will never do that again with my own company.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's how you learn to never do it.
Oh my god, it's scarring memories, honestly.
I think we might have had a snow plan here in Montana this year because there's
Really?
definitely no snow.
There is no snow. I mean, wait, you have to have a rain plan or a
No,
snow
I'm
plan?
saying it seems like we had a snow plan
Oh,
because it
yeah,
prevented all
yeah.
the snow.
No, seriously, I know
But anyway,
it's so weird out there. I mean, everything is changing, and people say they don't need a plan for it never rains in California in June, like, well, nothing is certain anymore, like, the climate is weird.
yeah.
We can't just go off of what it used to always be like in these certain months, so,
Yeah. And they're like where I grew up in the Northeast, they're getting a lot of snow right now.
yeah.
So
Where are you from?
upstate New York.
Okay, what
Yeah.
part?
Hudson Valley,
Oh,
Dutchess
beautiful.
County.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
They've just gotten like, I mean, most of the Northeast has
Yeah,
gotten a lot of
so
snow,
much.
but we kind of had the opposite year last year. So you never know.
Yeah, yeah.
What are you going to do?
I don't mind, honestly, I don't really like driving on the ice, so
I don't like, business would and could be better and everyone's skiing experience would be
mm,
better, but I'm not like completely heartbroken.
no,
It's more dangerous for us to be driving through that canyon when
yeah,
it's snowing like crazy.
I don't
So
know you guys are mostly going to Big Sky?
a lot this time of year, yeah.
Yeah, it's that canyon is I don't even like driving it in the summer,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, it's dangerous.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what else should people know about Ritual Bodywork or your planning company?
Well, Ritual Bodywork is here in Bozeman over by the hospital. I'm working currently Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Fridays, maybe soon to be Thursdays, TBD. Um, yeah, I work with a lot of Bozeman is just so active,
Mhm.
everyone here. So whether you're very active or you're very sedentary, everyone can benefit. And I want to work with you.
And what's the best way? Go on your website to book, call you.
Yeah, my website, ritualmt.com is the best way to book with me. And you can certainly call me if you want, and I can set it up for you, but it's very easy just to book through my website.
Mhm. What booking tool do you use?
Oh, I was using, well, Schedulicity was the
Uh,
best, and then they stopped, so sad. And now I'm using just Acuity through
okay,
Squarespace. Yeah.
I got you.
I was using Vigaro, and I cannot recommend.
Okay.
Cannot.
How about for the event planning? If anyone's, getting married or planning an event here or anywhere, where do they find y'all for that?
Yeah, our website, somnio.studio, is where you can find more information about us, see some beautiful photos from this last year of events. So 2025 was our first full year of being out on our own and having clients. So we did all weddings for this year, which is a great stepping stone. But just worked with incredible clients and have some really, really beautiful photos for people to get some inspiration from up on our website. But yeah, send us
Cool.
an email.
Yeah, I'm gonna link all that in the description.
Great.
Good on you
Instagram.
for yeah. Well, I'll link your Instagram too. Good on you for stepping on your own and doing your own thing.
Thanks. It's hard. I was
Yeah,
like
it's a lot of work.
dragging my feet about it. I was like, cool, I'll just start two things on my own in the same time frame. But yeah, it's sort of once you get used to working for someone for so long, it was sort of like wasn't the best work environment. It was sort of like a toxic
Yeah,
relationship I had to finally break up with. So
yeah, good. Well, yeah, good for you because that's not easy.
it's really hard.
Yeah, cool. Well, Thank you for your time, Lydia.
Yeah,
Appreciate you doing this.
thank you so much for
Yeah.
having me.
And we'll see you out there in the
Yeah,
world.
see you at yoga.
All right. See ya.
Cool.
Thanks for listening, folks. You can find the full blog post for every episode, along with key takeaways and links at mountain-mule.com. If you haven't yet, consider following the show. That one small action helps these Montana businesses get seen, grow, and thrive, and it helps this podcast keep going too. If you know a business that would be a good fit for the show, we'd love to hear from you. Just reach out through the website or social. Thank you for supporting these Montana businesses. See you on the next show.